No niin, uusi peli. Koska me ei muista, mitä tässä tapahtuu. Press enter and spacebar to advance. Okei. Have you played any murder? Yes. Mehän ollaan pelattu näitä vaikka mitä. Welcome back! Nice. Oikeasti, tää on niin, minä niin tykkään tästä. Sanoit. Okei. No niin, introduction. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 2 years ago. Ihanaa, nyt me päästään oikein tarinaa. No niin, kaikki keskittyy. Onhan teillä teetä. Hakekaa iltapalaa. Rena Ishida. Jennifer! Ai niin, nyt meillä on vähän muistamaa. Muistatteko te? Rena! Here, Jennifer. Take this. No! It's too late for you! Forgive me. Oni statue. Holy snap. Okei. Pelottavan näköinen. Oh. The investigation. En ole vielä, kun ei ole ennakkotehtäviä. Enkku vähän stressaa, mutta ehkä mä selviän. Onneksi siinä ei ole sentään matikkaa. No ihan varmasti siinä, että mä oon aika varma, Soffi. Hyvin se menee. Luet vähän sanastoa ennen sitä, niin hyvin siis pärjäät. Before the events of murder is game over, Deal Killer. Muistatteko Deal Killerin? Cleo! It's so good to see you again, my sweet little friend. Officer Adams, okay. Oh dear, excuse me. Yes, welcome Detective Guy. Thank you so much for coming out here in the line of duty. Even way past your bedtime into middle of the night. That's me, doing whatever it takes. Well, at least try not to yawn. There's been a suspicious death here, and we've got no time to waste. Let me fill you in on what we know now. Kontrollit voi katsoa, mutta me ei tarvita niitä. Tai oikeastaan voidaan me katsoa. Miksipä ei? Don't worry, I'm here to help you with your arrow keys to move. Holding the shift key will make you move faster. Press enter or spacebar. Press escape to access the menu. Yes, if you need a hint. Your illustration map of the hotel can be found in the menu. Yes. No tuohan me nyt tiedettiin. Ja eikö se ollut hetkinen vaihto siihen koiraan? Olisiko se ollut S-stä? Olisiko se ollut? Välillä kyllä tuntuu siltä oikeasti. No niin, very well. Let's dive right into the specifics. Okei, no my identity me tiedetään, mutta mennään tähän. Jos joku ei tiedä, niin tässä on nyt tää my identity. You're our main murder mystery man, Detective Guy. You've already solved some baffling cases, and I have no doubt that you're well prepared now. Even when I'm barely slept. Oh, but I almost forgot. Cleo, your clue-sniffing dog is fantastic. She always knows where to find evidence that the police overlooked, and she's always so well behaved. Se on kyllä oikeasti totta, Soffi, että tää doge on kyllä tässä tää päähenkilö. It's not beneath my dignity to talk to your adorable dog, even if most people won't. Sitten Cleo ei ikinä sano mitään. Yes, Cleo, I love you too. Okay, our location. It's 11 p.m. at the Grand Bilderberg Hotel in downtown Philadelphia. This 1920s Art Deco-styled high-rise hotel has a lot of history, and this is just the first floor. If you think this is impressive, wait until you see the view from above. Oh, wow, okay. Tell me, Detective Guy, have you ever been to an anime convention before? Yes, actually. Well, this coming weekend, the Bilderberg Hotel is also the home of Jokainen, a brand new anime convention in its first year. If you know what an anime convention is, well, I'll spare you a long-winded explanation of anime fandom. Jokainen is poised to open its doors to the public early tomorrow morning, so we desperately need your help solving this case before the area is crawling with anime fans. Anime. The victim is a young Japanese woman named Rena Ishida. She's a well-known Japanese pop singer who was flown into the convention as a special guest and performed. Rena was a J-pop idol singer. Ooh, interestingly, Rena Ishida graduated from a prestigious university here in Philadelphia before she went back to Japan and signed a deal with Oricon Records in Tokyo. Rena performed the theme song for a popular new anime last year, and her career took off as a result. This event was going to be like a homecoming show for her. But now she's dead, and we've gotta get this case solved before the Japanese consulate arrives and it turns into an international crisis. Elikkä meillä on J-poppari on kuollut. Okay, cause of death. Believe me, if we knew how Rena Ishida died, we would have let you sleep. You'll find her body in the Atlantic Theater on stage in a locked room in the dark. The main door was locked, and the hotel owner reports that the freight elevator inside had been broken for several weeks. I suggest you and Cleo begin by examining the murder victim's body. The entrance to the theater is the large door to the left, just up from the hotel service desk. Okei, me voidaan aloittaa sieltä. Persons of interest, pystytään vetämään. The hotel proprietor, Betty Bilderbilt, is the granddaughter of the hotel's original owner, Bartholomew Bilderbilt. She adamantly believes that the hotel is haunted. It's certainly an unusual old building. Miss Bilderbilt insists that this is some kind of supernatural murder. The ghosts of the hotel's dark past are to blame. Onkohan tässä? A ghost! I find it hard to believe we're looking to you for an explanation. Sounds like a job for me. Ja meille, eikä? Okay, including Betty Bilderbilt, there are 8 people in the hotel. They're all here for the anime convention or on the hotel staff. Each one is a suspect. Once you look at the body and make some deductions, you'll gain access to the full hotel area and its denizens. Okei, eli me mennään kattoo se body ja sen jälkeen me saadaan auki kaikki. I'm ready. The police have sealed off the hotel entrance in order to detain the suspects. If Betty Bilderbilt's suggestion of a supernatural death is wrong, then that means the murderer is still here in the hotel. I hope you and Cleo can get to the bottom of this affair soon. We're counting on you. I'm gonna look for a logical explanation before I assume that the death is supernatural. Locked room or not, let's go, Cleo. Cleo! Emma! Cleo! Emma! Jos oli S-stä. No niin, let's go. Nice! Mennään katsomaan sitä murhapaikkaa. Jos huomenna nyt kerkeäisi aikaisemmin striimiä, vaan meinasitko pitää se vapaa-päivä striimauksesta huomenna? Joo, itse asiassa Vinssi, voi ei. Olipa harmi, jos olisit ajatellut huomenna tulla, olisi ollut ihanaa kyllä. Mut joo, mie meinasin huomenna nyt pitää vapaa-päivää, jos nyt sopii. Kans niin pidetään pitkä viikonloppu nyt ja sitten snacks! Oh, let's go. Okay. Snacks. Mystery. No, Cleo, we don't have time to eat now. We've got a mystery to solve. All right, we'll take the doggy bag with us. After we solve this case, I promise you'll get an amazing treat. I bet there are at least 20 doggy bags like this hidden all over the area. Let's see how many we can find. Okay, 20 doggy bagia. Nice! Okei, ihanaa. Me rakastan tätä doggybaggien keräämistä. Joko nukutaan sen melkein oikeasti tekis mieli, eikö vaan panna. Okei, ensimmäinen clue. No niin, read. Let's go. Cleo found a clue! Da-da-da. This is an old issue of the Philadelphia Inquisitors newspaper from 1 year ago. Headline: Historic hotel reopens with historic new owner. Betty Bilderbilt, granddaughter of the infamous Bartholomew Bilderbilt, recently purchased the rights to the historic hotel bearing her family name. Constructed in 1919, this luxury hotel welcomed many famous guests, including politicians, movie actors, mafia dons, and other celebrities of the day. Bartholomew's successful proprietorship was cut short by the oncoming of prohibition laws, which he brazenly refused to heed. He was arrested on suspicion of operating a secret speakeasy. Me voidaan löytää speakeasy täältä. Täällä on ihan varmasti joku salainen speakeasy. Holy shit. He died in prison after refusing to confess. Bartholomew Bilderbilt's last words were, "You corrupt pigs can take away my dark ale and my red wine, but you'll never find my secret stash of gold," before he was muffled and taken away. The hotel lay mostly dormant for decades, with rumors of ghosts and lurid events stymieing the efforts of new owners and managers. But today, thanks to a multi-million-dollar loan from the Liberty Bell Bank, the historic Bilderbilt Hotel is now owned and operated by Bartholomew's kin once more. The clue is saved. Aika siistiä. Okei. Eli me voidaan löytää täältä joku salahuone. Mä oon ihan 100% varma. Harvinaista, että Resina oli sun äläpä panna. Miten paljon, Tepora? Kerro ihmeessä. Nyt pitää tietää. Montako askelta sä oot saanut? Täällä on ihan spookia täällä. Kattokaa, meillä on valoa ja lamppuja kaikki. Hyvä Ghost Rider! Sieltä se striikki lähtee. Hei kompis, tervetuloa messiin. Ennen kuin päästä mukaan, mitä kuuluu. Mitäs touhudut tänään? Jee, dogebage. Lopetetaan niitä. Hei, eikös me viimeksi siis, kun me aloitettiin tämä peli? Jeps. Niin minun mielestä me päästiin... Joo, tuolta löytyy Rena Ishida. Kiva kun hyi. Tuo on jotenkin kammottavaa vielä tässä, että nuo valot oikein tuolla lavalla näkyy. Tolleen, tiedättekö, valot on päällä ja kaikki. Jotenkin hirmusta. Kattokaa. Diskovalot päällä ja sit hän on tossa. No niin, examine. Tää on nyt meidän murder victim. Rena Ishida. It's the body of the murder victim, Rena Ishida. She's dressed in the style of a J-pop idol, singer and performer. Her hair coloring is very intricate and eye-catching. It almost looks like a wig. She's also wearing a surgical mask. Hei, mitä jos tää ei ookaan sitten se Rena, jos sillä on maski ja perukki? Mitä jos tää on joku muu? Mehän ei tiedetä. Mitä jos se ei olekaan Rena, sehän voi olla joku muu? Her throat was slit by something large and sharp. She must have died instantly. If she was staying as a guest, then she must have had a hotel room keycard, but I don't see it on her person. What happened to her? Hotel room keycard. What happened to her hotel room keycard? There's no blood around the body. Was Rena Ishida killed here? If not, how did her body end up in this locked theater? I guess we've got another mystery to solve. Okei. Interesting. Mut nyt me saadaan auki niinku koko tämä hotelli. Nyt me voidaan ainakin mennä sinne poliisin luo mielellään ja avata tämä kaikki paikat, että me voidaan jatkaa. I'm ready. Aha. Eli onko sitten niin, että me ehkä voidaan puhua Officer Palelle? The main elevator will take you to the upper floors of the hotel after you've done a preliminary examination of the crime scene. Us local police have been all over the foyer and the theater already, but we haven't found any clues. However, your clue-sniffing dog might be able to find something we missed. You should explore with Cleo as the party leader. This way you'll see clues appearing on the map. Go interact with one and you'll discover something about the case. Clues won't appear if Guy is the party leader though, so make sure you take advantage of Cleo's fantastic detection skill. Joo. Okei, eli ne haluaa, että me niinku käydään vielä se teatteri kunnolla läpi. Niin, kuulostaapa hyvältä kuule komppis. Ihana kun oot ottanut tänään vähän iisisti. Täällä oli vielä clue. Täällä me ei käytykään. Somebody spilled over this can of paint inside this locked theater. Probably an accident that happened in the dark. I can see small traces of footprints in the paint splashes here too. That's interesting. These marks are material enough for me. This was done by a person, not a ghost. It still doesn't explain how the person responsible got into and out of this locked room though. The clue is saved to your case file. Okay. Täälläkin on vielä clue. Me ei käyty täällä takana. Joo. Jotenkin kunnon koomannut ihan varmasti toki panna. Joo, komppis, nyt sunkin pitää hakea iltapalaa. Hyvää. Juuri näin. Sauna, jälkeiset hengailut. This right elevator is definitely broken. Somebody slashed one of the cables down below. There's no way somebody could enter or exit the theater through the freight elevator when it's not operational. Okay, interesting. Okei, tää oli niinku lavalta oikealle. Mitäs täällä vasemmalla on? No, voidaan katsoa tää katsomo vielä läpi, koska me ei oikeastaan kävelty tästä keskeltä. Mut ihan hirveästi täällä ei oo mitään. Joten ehkä tässä tapauksessa me voidaan nyt palata tänne. Okei, joo. Nyt meni oikein. We found the victim's body and investigated the theater thoroughly for clues. Let's go back and report to Officer Adams about what we know now. No niin, let's go. Let's go. No niin, present evidence. Were you and Cleo able to make any deductions after investigating the locked theater? Yes, we finished investigating the theater for now. Cleo found some important clues which had previously been overlooked. Excellent. I knew Cleo could do it. Were you able to determine Rena Ishida's cause of death? Gunshot to the head, slit throat. Rena Ishida was murdered by an incision to the neck. Her throat was slit, slashed by some kind of sharp, large weapon. You're right, Cleo. That's interesting. The murder victim was a singer. When her throat was slit, her singing voice was symbolically silenced. There was also no blood found on stage by the body. That suggests that the killing took place someplace else, rather than inside the locked room. In addition to the front door, the hotel proprietor also mentioned a freight elevator that connects to a loading dock in the basement. Were you able to observe the working condition of the freight elevator? It was broken. The freight elevator was broken. Somebody slashed one of the cables in the basement. If nobody could enter or leave the theater, then it seems impossible. The hotel owner is right. Can this poor girl really have been killed by some kind of evil spirit haunting the Builder-Built hotel? I don't know about any ghost, but Cleo and I found evidence that another real person was inside the theater. A bucket of paint had been knocked over and spilled onto the floor. We also noticed footprints from the paint spilled next to the paint bucket. I see. So then the footprints in the paint prove that somehow another person was inside the enclosed theater. Why would the owner of this hotel protest that the death was somehow caused by the supernatural? Cleo and I found an old newspaper article about the reopening of this hotel. The hotel lay mostly dormant for decades with rumors of ghost and lurid events stymieing the efforts of new owners and managers. Stymieing? But today, thanks to a multi-million-dollar loan from the Liberty Bell Bank, the historic Builder-Built hotel is now owned and operated by Bartholomew's kin once more. See to it that you speak with her about this. You'll find Betty Builder-Built on the mezzanine level. You can access the mezzanine using either the elevator or the sets of stairs in the back of this foyer. Cleo and I have solved some other cases where what seemed like a supernatural occurrence turned out to be a red herring. We're only going to admit that this is supernatural when we're completely unable to find a logical solution. This case has just begun. I know that you and Cleo can do it. Yes, we can. The case is in your hands. I'm going outside to make sure the area is secured. You now have the authority to move freely about the Builder-Built hotel, so you can keep looking for clues and suspects. When you're certain that you know who the killer is, then the police will be ready. Good luck, detective guy. And Cleo. Yes, Cleo. Excuse me, you too. We're all counting on both of you. Be careful. Okay. The map in the main menu has been updated. Nice. Meillä on kokonainen mappi. Okei, tallennetaan tää tähän, koska tässä muistetaan, että pitää aina tallentaa. Okei. Muuten meille käy huonosti, niin kuin meillä kävi viimeksi, kun me ei tallennettu. No johan on. Onko se joku yhteisserveri, missä te siis pelaatte vai? Oh wow! Exhibition hall! Well, this is cool. Kattokaa arcade, moon girl, pizza. Täällä on clue. There's a clue here. Cleo found a clue. Eli Soffi. Tosi luova ei kypsää aina niitä pippeleitä niihin. This diary belongs to Kiki Suzuki. She describes her experiences performing and getting a record deal. I can't believe that what just happened. I'm heartbroken. Rena X Hime was my inspiration that got me started performing. This is so sad. Look at this recent entry. I don't want to do this. It goes against every aspect of my being. It's horrible, but I have no choice. I can't believe this is what my career has come to. What action is he referring to in this passage of text? We haven't met Kiki Suzuki yet. The clue is saved to your case file. Nice! Okay. Nope. Yeah, doggy baggy! Ooh. Deposit 3 quarters to play. Quarters found 0/3. Oh, me voidaan löytää kvarttereitakin, okei. Nice. Another clue. It's a bouquet of white roses. How romantic. Ihan näitä on käytetty. Oh my goodness. Okei, näiden taakse voi mennä. Eikö se ole vähän huono? Tai tällähän voi olla jotakin... No minä en usko, että tänne laitetaan mitään taakse, mutta näin edes mene siis silleen niinku harmaiksi, että näkis tuonne taakse, niin minä uskon, että siellä ei ole mitään. Mutta minä käyn nyt niinku varavuoksi tälleen katsomassa ja menen tälleen läpi nämä, jos joku tarttuisi nokkaan. Ei ainakaan näyttäisi. Joo. Se olisi ehkä ollut vähän ilkeää, että olisi pistetty tänne niinku näitten taakse jotain tärkeää. Varsinkaan jos tänne ei sitten näe. Okei. Okay. No meillä on Lana Kramer tässä, voi ainakin hälle jutella. I take that you aren't here to buy cosplay accessories for the dog. Suspect added to case file, Lana Kramer, Jokainen Convention Chair. Hei, eikös tää Lana oo ollut aikaisemmassa peleissä, musta tuntuu? Mielestäni eikö tää sama hahmo, joka oli aikaisemmin? No niin. Welcome to Jokeikon. Eikö tää Jokeikon? Miten tuolla sanoisi? Jokeikon ehkä? I'm Lana and I started this anime convention. I christened the event Jokeikon. Jokeikon? Minä sanoisin Jokeikon, mutta mietitään mieltä te olette. Based on my experiences working on costumes for horror movies. Wow, I never expected my beautiful event would turn into a real-life murder scene. Well, it did. Rahoilevasti, että vois kiinni. Viime pelissä se keppiherra jahtas meitä. Mä aamuisin juoksi raivolla karkuun. Se on totta, Soffi. Se oli ihan sairasta. Se oli kyllä hauska. I was the one who booked Rena Ishida to perform at the convention. My dad, Billy, handled the business side and I took care of the event programming. The J-pop concert in the Atlantic Theatre on Saturday was supposed to be perfect. If you're looking for my father, you'll find him holed up in the convention suite up in the 12th floor. Having fun isn't exactly his thing. Rena wasn't just a great singer. She also looked fabulous visually. The hair, the makeup, the wardrobe. She must have had an excellent costume designer. Oh, her manager from Oricon Records, Tomo, charged us a lot of money, but I wanted to see her sing so badly. Tomo should be up on the 12th floor. Somewhere too. The 12th floor was reserved for Jokeikon convention guests. Jokeikon? En nyt oikein tiedä kummin sanoisi tuota. When Rena disappeared from her locked hotel room, I was here. Someone's gotta watch the dealer's room, right? She left some of her costume material down here for safekeeping before the show. I was hoping to greet her before she got into the elevator and went to her hotel room. She looked upset. Maybe it was the long flight from Japan? I loved how creepy this hotel felt when I first took the tour last year, but I can't believe what happened. Like I said, I was in the foyer earlier, and I saw her get on the elevator. I was also there when Betty Bilderbilt locked the door to the Atlantic Theater. Each hotel guest has their own hotel keycard, so nobody besides her could get inside her room, which doesn't explain. I guess the hotel proprietors would have their own master key in case of emergencies, but Betty Bilderbilt was also in the convention suit, having it out with my dad at the same time. So you're sure the victim's hotel room keycard was not found on her body? Ei me löydetty sitä ihan. Ei se ollut kuulkaa siellä, vai voidaan me vielä käydä katsomassa, mä en tiedä. The other singer, the new one who was brought to be the opening act. I can't believe what she said to Rena before she died. What's out, Rena Ishida? You're about to get blown away. Huh? Who are you? You really don't know? I'm Kiki, the new signee to Oregon Records. Mark my words, your days on top are numbered. That's right. Without your partner, Hime, you're nothing. Tell me where would you be if not for Hime x Rena? Ne on ollut duo niinku ennen. Leave me alone, Kiki. You're young and you're new at this. You don't know what you're doing. Well, I can't prove that Kiki killed Rena, but she certainly acted hostile towards her. Vaikutti ehkä siltä, että se Rena oli jotenkin kyllästynyt ehkä uraansa tai halusi ehkä poistaa jotakin. Vähän näytti minun mielestä asenne sellaiselta, että hän ei oikein ollut innoissaan tuosta uuden ihmisen asenteesta. Että uusi idoli on niinku onnessaan, että hän niinku pääsee esiintymään. Mutta sitten taas vanha idoli ehkä on niinku nähnyt sen karun todellisuuden siitä, että se niinku esiintyminen ei nyt välttämättä olekaan enää niin kauhean kivaa. Tiedättekö? I guess it's not looking good for Yokeikon now. Yokeikon? Minä en edelleenkään tiedä, mitä me sanoisin tuon Yokeikon. I just hope you can figure out who did it. Suspect found 1 out of 8. Meillä on 8 suspektia. Okei. No yritetään etsiä sitten ainakin ne kaikki. Joo, mikä leffa se on? Siis se on mun mielestä, siis sen nimi on Penelope mun mielestä. Base. Ja siis se on semmonen teini draama-komedia elokuva, missä siis se on semmonen semmonen rakkaushömppä semmosesta nuoresta parista. Kaikessa tyyppinen juttu. Se on ihan hyvä. Oh. Oh no, not again! Ghost chase! Oh shit! Okei, mitäs me halutaan laittaa ghost chaseen? Laitetaanko taas scary mode? Siis meillä oli viimeksi scary mode ja siis se oli ihan surkeita siinä. Mua kyllä haluttaa laittaa oikeesti scary mode. Scary mode is active. Oh my god, joo. Noniin. You can now change the game. Okei. Voi juman kautta, let's go. We've gotta keep seeking out more suspects and clues. Choose your floor! Oh my god. Eli päästään basementtiin floor 1, metsänineen floor 12 ja 13. No mennään nyt eka basementtiin, eikö vaan? Aloitetaan ekasta. Niin mennään basementtiin. Katsotaan tuleeko se kumpitus heti vastaan. Mistä vetoat? No. Me on aika varma, että tässä käy kuulkaa huonosti. Oh god. Asu tuolla, okei. Okay. Come here. Mä en tiedä missä me ollaan. Okei. Okei, me ollaan nyt vähän lukossa täällä. Okei, not good. Missä se on se kaveri? Oh shit, sieltä tulee, okei. Oh! Go, 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 go. Okei, basement. No niin, please älä tuu nyt uudestaan, kun me halutaan nyt ottaa nää cluesit täältä. Ah. Doggy bag! Thank you. Ah! Tää on yksi tämmönen kvartteri. Okei. Okay. Cleo found a clue! Nice. It's a machete knife! This must be what was used to kill Rena Ishida. We found the murder weapon. Noniin, totta kai se oli siellä basementissa. Näinhän se kuuluu olla. These little fragments of industrial cables stuck to the blade. It looks like somebody used this to slash the fray elevator cables too. Okei, eli sitä samaa veistä on käytetty myös siihen. Oh my god, toivottavasti tää ei nyt tuus yhtä aikaa taas se... Please don't. The hotel room keycard for room number 1203. This is a key to the murder victim's hotel room. How did Rena Ishida's hotel room keycard end up here in the basement if she never went to the basement? What was the exact sequence of events? Nice. Okei, tallennetaan. Save. Koska jos se tulee se monsteri, niin me voidaan silleen aloittaa tosta uudestaan. Jos me jäätäis kiinni tähän. This is the fray elevator that connects to the hallway in the back of the Atlantic Theater. Someone stood right here and slashed the cables to break the elevator, but why and when? The ropes were cut using the machete we found. Jep, mutta onkohan se ollut silleen, että se on ennen, että se on slashannut ne sen jälkeen, kun se on... Vai onko se ollut ennen, kun se on murhannut sen? Tiedättekö? Tai onko se ollut silleen, että mitä tässä on tapahtunut niin kuin events, niin on ollut ennen sitä, kun se on murhattu se Rena, niin on katkaistu ne kaapelit. Et se ei, ehkä, että se ei pääse alas tai ylös tai jotakin, tai jotain, ehkä on estetty sitä. I don't know. Onhan noita klassiset aivan hauskoja oikeasti. Noiset klassiset, romanttiset kans. Mun ultimaattinen lemppari-elokuva koskaan, minkä mä katon uudestaan ja uudestaan ja uudestaan, on... onko se The Other Woman? Englanniksi. The Other Woman. Tää löytyy mun mielestä siis Disney Plusalta. Jos sieltä ainakin. This is an old issue of Stella, a J-pop gender music zine. Oh, idol J-pop. Tää on joku lehti niinkö? This issue is from 2 years ago. Oh, mitä se täällä tekee? Tragedy has shocked the world of J-pop music last week as Hime, aka Jennifer Beauregard of Hime X Rena, was suddenly found dead at a photo shoot in the Philadelphia Public Gardens. Jennifer Beauregard passed away to a severe allergic reaction, and her body was recovered by her duet partner Rena Ishida. Jennifer is survived by her parents. Jennifer is survived. Oiskohan tossa, että niinku, et pitäisi lukea, että Jennifer is niinku, että Jenniferia surevat, eli Jennifer is missed tai jotain. Joku muu sana ehkä kuin survived, kuulostahan sulle. Okay. Hime X Rena had recently been approached by the Japanese Oregon record label after the music video popularity exploded into the social media stratosphere. Attempts by Stella to interview Rena Ishida on the day of Hime's passing were rebuffed. Future plans for Rena after her partner's death are at this point unknown. I wonder if Stella, the journalist, is a person involved with this case. Interesting. Save. Another save file. Alright. Tää menee takas tänne. Okei. Tää tuli se... Okei, let's go floor 1. Ei juma. Joo, on nähnyt. No älä korsi. Se musta tuntuu, että se on nyt kunnon... On... Ei oo tosi taas. Ai niin, oliko tää... Ai kun read again. Sorry. Oh, shit. Sä on nyt koko ajan tuo tyyppi meidän perään. I don't really like that. Täällä on Betty. Ehkä me ei sitten täällä saa, kun täällä on joku tyyppi. Cleo found a clue. This is some kind of old parchment with writing on it. But what is this riddle? What does it mean? Onks meillä uusi sellainen riddle, mikä meidän pitää ratkaista? Oh my gosh. No niin, mikäs tää riddle on? We haven't met anybody who mentioned something like this yet. The clue is saved in your case file. Ahaa. Lukeekohan se sitten siellä se? Hei, tää on se Pedi. Pedi Bilderbelt. Welcome to my family's iconic Grand Bilderberg Hotel, darling. What do you think of this place? Oh wow. Your identity. I'm Betty Bilderberg, of course. Surely the cops must have mentioned me. This hotel has had all kinds of wild escapes over the years. It's exciting to know we've still got it. Oh dear, I hope that didn't come out of a big cold. I see your dog found that old newspaper clipping. I was wondering where it went. I'm extremely proud to have obtained the right to my grandfather's hotel, but it's gonna take a lot of effort to restore this place to its former grandeur. Oh my god. I didn't know the victim, but I was looking forward to having performers in the Atlantic Theater again after all these years. It was my job to provide hospitality to our guests, so I made sure the anime convention personnel had their own private floor away from other hotel guests. I see that you had the chance to ride in the elevator already. You may have noticed that some of the floors have been blocked from access. The plate is there because the other floors aren't ready for hotel guests yet, so I sealed them off. Oh dear, I'm rambling, aren't I? Anyway, I set that unfortunate girl up in one of our nicest rooms on the 12th floor, and then I kept my nose out of her affairs. Don't point your finger at me, young man. I have an alibi for the murder. Earlier tonight, I was having a friendly conversation with a yokainen business owner in the convention suite on the 12th floor. Lana Kramer may have the title of convention chair officially, but I assure you that her father, Billy, is the one pulling the financial strings. Billy Kramer will vouch that I didn't leave the convention suite until we heard this terrible news. Aha, okay, Billy Kramer, Betty Bilderberg, okay. I want the money for your cake now! You've held out on me long enough. I'm sorry, but those aren't the terms we agreed to do business. There have been a lot of unusual goings on at this hotel recently. You might want to reconsider. You'll get your money by the end of the weekend, once I get what I want. Hello? Yes. Come in. Tomo Ori.
Hey! I've been looking all over you! Where have you been? I couldn't find you at the front desk!
What? Did something happen?
My singer, Rena. I heard a scream from inside her hotel room. The door to her room is locked.
Surely you can't be serious.
Hurry! We need to unlock her hotel room. Let's go.
Olipas tiukkaa settiä. You can find Mr. Kramer in the convention suite on the 12th floor. Well, great. It's like I told Officer Adams, this hotel is haunted. Surely you felt a cold, ghostly presence when you explored the theater. The ghosts of the past are the true owners of this hotel, and I'm just their humble caretaker. The window glasses on the 13th floor keep shattering no matter how many times I get it repaired. Then 2 weeks ago, Hannah told me that the freight elevator cables in the basement inexplicably broke. Since she was hired 6 months ago, Hannah keeps herself busy fixing up the 13th floor. She's a great worker, especially for what I can afford to pay. And now we've got an unexplained murder inside a locked theater. Don't tell me that you don't believe in ghosts just because you say you found a few footprints. Oh, okay. It could have been the ghost of my grandfather, Bartholomew. Or perhaps it was someone from one of those mafia executions that happened here decades ago. Or maybe some Japanese spirit that appeared here because of the anime convention. One way or another, something sinister is in the air here. Nice. Mä oon se innostunut, että totes olipas tiukkaa settiä. Oli vähän hepskukku. I've used the master key to unlock all the hotel rooms on your behalf. Good luck. You and your dog will need it. Wow. Okay, well, thank you very much, miss. Okay, okei, tänne se ei nyt varmaan tuu se ghostly tähän huoneeseen, kun täällä on nyt suspekti. Oho. Näyttäkö? Valot vähän vilkkuu. Cool. Hauska efekti. Mikä tää on? Fitness centeri. Oh, what is that? There's something in the water. Hei, tuleeko se tänne päin? Oh, mene tänne päin. Ah. Okei. Maybe meidän pitää hakea se. Se ei näkynyt, kun mä oon ilman Cleoa. That's unusual. What is this large red towel doing floating around in the swimming pool? How did it get here? Why has most of the water been drained from the pool? The chlorine has made the towel a clean crimson red. The clue is saved to your case file. Oh, interesting. This document is Rena Ishida's contract with Oregon Records. Her terms with Oregon Records are about to expire unless the contract is renewed. We haven't met anyone from the record company yet. Oh. Well, that is very intriguing. Okay, I guess that was that. Oh. Hello. Ai niin. Save. Gotta save the game. A beehive! Mitä jos tällekin oli allerginen reaktio ja se kuoli siihen? Se kuolisi sen kaverikin allergiakohtaukseen.
Careful, Cleo, that's a bee's nest.
The bees are generally not active until morning, but we still shouldn't get too close. Okei, eli meillä on niinku beehive. Hei, täällä on joku suspekti. Hello? Excuse me, Stella?
Oh, sorry. Do you want to see my press credentials?
Stella Nice, J-pop idol music journalist. Ooh.
My name's Stella, and I'm the editor of a small music zine called, well, Stella. I was invited to interview Rena Ishida about her career as an idol performer. My press pass got me into the event before the crowds arrive tomorrow. What's gonna happen with the anime convention now?
Okay. Pressipassilla tullut mukaan.
Rena Ishida was a J-pop music star both in America and in Japan. I can fill you in some of her history since this is my area of expertise. Rena Ishida and her American college roommate recorded some videos of themselves singing Annie song cover duets as Hime X Rena. That went viral on social media. Before long, they were attracting interest from top Japanese record labels, and soon, Hime X Rena had inked a deal with Oregon Records in Tokyo. Sadly, everything they worked for was short-lived when the other girl, Hime, suddenly collapsed from a freak medical accident and passed on. The tragic death of Hime from Hime X Rena resulted in a huge outpouring of sympathy from fans. Rena Ishida and Oregon Records then rode the wave of attention and continued her career as a solo artist. After performing a few successful songs in popular anime, Rena became a popular artist in her own right. This show at Yokaikon would have been her triumphant return to where it all began. I was looking forward to being the one to ask her how she felt about everything in retrospective. I just wish that I fully understood what happened.
Oh, okay.
My alibi? Well, I rode the elevator with Rena just before she died. She got off at the 12th floor to return to her hotel room. I wanted to arrange our interview, but I could tell from her demeanor that something was going on. I figured it would be better to try again later rather than put pressure on her before the big event. So I watched her hit the button for the 12th floor and get off the elevator. Then I went about my business. It's about that.
I watched her hit the button for the 12th floor and get off the elevator. Then I went about my business. Eli se oli siinä, mitä tää vaan teki. Joo. Noniin. Katsotaanpa loppuun nämä ja mitä meillä jäi.
I saw Rena Ishida get off the elevator with my own eyes. It makes no sense.
No mitä jos ei olekaan Rena se meidän juttu?
I was hoping to take a picture of the Atlantic Theater earlier tonight, but the door was locked. I don't understand how Rena Ishida could have left her hotel room and then been murdered in the locked theater. It seems impossible. We spent hours looking for her all over the hotel. There was this young man holding a bouquet of roses who tried to approach Rena before she got in the elevator. He seemed like a real big fan, if you know what I mean. Rena Ishida was beautiful, talented, smart, popular, and nice, so she had lots of fans. Unfortunately, some idol fans get a little too attached to their favorite performers. That's what this smelled like to me. What's the word? Incel? The type of guy who doesn't take rejection well.
Oh no. Robert Forbes. Niin tää oli se, kun me löytiin se kimppu.
Rena! Hey! You're Rena Ishida! I have something for you. It's a surprise. I hope you like it. I've been a big fan of your singing for years. I think you're perfect and I hope you never change. She wouldn't even look at me.
Not sure what happened to the guy with the flowers. He's probably in the video room watching. Never mind. Joo, halutaanko me edes tietää? Ei oo mikroa, tarvii tehdä oikean. No voi nenäjukki. Tiesitkö, että jos sulla on airfryerikin, sielläkin voi tehdä mutakakkua.
Excuse me, Stella. Hey, that's the old issue of my zine. The one that hasn't been released yet. I was planning to show it to Rena Ishida, but I must have dropped it somewhere. this. I found it in the hotel basement. I wrote an article about Rena and her past in Philadelphia leading up to this performance, along with an old picture. What picture? I was at the public garden 2 years ago to do a photo shoot with Rena for my music sign. On that sad day, I had just set up my automatic camera when I stepped away to take a phone call. It was Jennifer's sister, Rachel, who was meeting us and bringing some costume changes for the pair. That was when tragedy struck. Jennifer had serious allergies and she'd been stung by a bee. By accident, she had left her medical auto-injector back in the car, and Rena had raced back to get it. She ran as fast as she could, but by the time she returned to Jennifer's side, it was already too late. Damn. It wasn't until later, when I was at the hospital with Rena and with Jennifer's family, that I noticed my automatic camera had snapped this picture. I know it looks bad, but Rena had recovered Jennifer's auto-injector and she was just attempting to treat her with epinephrine before she passed. Oh, olisikohan tää kuva joutunut väärin käsiin ja joku luuli, että se niinku tappoi, että se Rena itse tappoi sen kumppaninsa, vaikka se ei ole niin. After that day, Rena Ishida became a very different person. Soon she was back in Tokyo working with Oricon Records, and she stopped returning my phone calls. The story is incredibly sad, but it doesn't explain why I found your magazine lying on the floor of the hotel basement. What were you doing down there? There was something wrong with the elevator. What do you mean? Well, I had left the mezzanine and I pressed a button to go back to the first floor. But that's not what happened. I was sure I pressed the correct button for the first floor. So at the time of the commotion outside Rena Ishida's hotel room, that's right, I was alone in the hotel basement. I got lost. I'm sorry I lied about that earlier, but I didn't want to seem suspicious. Before I found my way back to the elevator, I heard this strange popping sound coming from somewhere else in the basement. It sounded like something mechanical had been broken. I don't have an explanation, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Joku silloin varmaan tuhosi sen kaapelin. Oliko se siinä? Rena Ishida was a hero to J-pop music fans everywhere, myself included. We lost Hime 2 years ago. Now this. What a horrible price to pay for fame. Alright.
Woohoo! Asiallista!
Tervetuloa kuplaan uusillekin. Lämpimästi tervetuloa. Ihana kun tulitte mukaan. Toivottavasti nautitte olostanne täällä. Holy snap, me säikähän, että se oli se ihme kummitus, että se tulee nyt meidän päälle. Okei. Täällä ei vassi oo enää mitään muuta. Save. Okei. Ja nää on... Dogibagi. Ok muuten täällä. Yes. Mikäs tää foyer nyt oli? Niin tänne. Oliko täällä jotakin tärkeää? Ei edes tainnut olla, kun... Me ei olla käyty vaan näissä. Me käytiin nyt floor 1. Me pitää mennä metsänineen, eikö vaan? Meillä on siellä käyty vielä. Ei kun tää on se, missä me oltiin. Nää. 12 ja 13. Niinpäs vain. Ihanaa hissimusiikkia. Oh wow, mitä tuli? Tuo alakerta, kattokaa. Vähänkö näyttää hassulta, se tulee. Liikkuu niinku mukana. Näyttipä Vistalle. Hei, tässä on tää Tomo. Have you figured out who killed my singer yet, detective son? Suspect added to case file. Tomo Ori, the victim's manager. Tomosaki Yuri. Tomokatsu Ori. Vice president of Oricon Record in Tokyo. Rena Ishida was one of our label's most prized assets. As the artist manager, it's my job to make sure the talent does everything that's required by contract. As you know, Rena was booked to perform at the convention this weekend. Naturally, I accompanied her. Also traveling with us was Kiki Suzuki, a new signee to the label who was supposed to be Rena's opening act. Kiki's hotel room is also on this floor of the building. She doesn't have the same kind of popularity with fans as Rena had. Okay. As you probably know by now, Rena Ishida was one of the top artists of Oregon Records roster. She first became popular on the internet as a duet with another singer, which is how she attached the attention of Oregon Records. After her partner died suddenly, it made sense to offer her a deal as a solo performer. So 2 years ago, Rena Ishida signed with us. Rena Ishida was beloved by the fans. All I wanted was for her to keep on performing. My alibi? I was outside her hotel room door at standing guard until it happened. I saw Rena step out of the elevator and she walked right past me and through the hotel room door. Mitä jos ei ollut tuo Rena? Mitä jos tää ei ollut se? Rena, can we talk about this big decision? Mitä jos tää vaan on eri tyyppi? Sillä on silmätkin kiinni, me voidaan nähdä sen silmien väriä. Sillä oli Renalla oli siniset silmät. Sillä oli ruskeat sillä sen jollain kaverilla. You're still signed to a contract with Oregon Records and I'm still your manager. So I waited for her. Come on, Rena, open up. This is important business. After hearing the scream, I went to the hotel lobby to try and locate Betty Bilderbilt, who had the master key to the hotel. Betty wasn't at the front desk, so I kept looking. Eventually, I found her in the convention suit speaking with Billy Kramer. When we finally got Rena's hotel room door all unlocked, Rena was gone without a trace. There were no signs of a struggle. Se varmaan meni sinne speakeasyin. Se on varmaan tuossa huoneessa se sisäänpääsy. I was right here outside Rena Ishida's hotel room until I heard her scream and left to seek help. I don't understand how Rena Ishida could simply vanish from one locked room, and then turn up dead in another locked room. If you can figure that out, I think you'll have the key to the mystery. Okay. No se on se speakeasy. This anime convention is suspicious. Between you and I, it doesn't seem very well run. Billy Kramer, the guy putting up the money for the event, doesn't even like anime. I'm not even sure he could locate Japan on the map. So what's Billy Kramer's deal? Why is he putting on this event at all? He's still hanging around in the convention suit, the big room down the hall. If you talk to him, you'll see what I mean. Okay. You didn't mention you had a contract dispute with the victim. Hey, that's Rena Ishida's record contract. Give it back. It's a trade secret. Let me guess. You offered her a deal. She turned you down. Then you threatened her and it got out of hand. No, that's not what happened. Alright, the truth is that Rena was planning to quit. To retire from being a performer. Minä arvasin, että siinä oli joku tommonen. And nobody on the outside knew. Her departure would have been a disaster for the company. Se näytti siltä, että sitä ei oikein kiinnosta enää. Good news, Rena. Oregon Records approved a much larger advance on your upcoming record. You'll be pleased. I'm not resigning. What? You can't be serious. I'm done with this career. I'm graduating. Finished. Moving on. You'd be crazy not to sign. No, I'm going to medical school. I'm going to be an allergist. Ehkä sitä inspiroi se sen kaverin kuolema. But isn't being a J-pop idol what you wanted when you and your singing partner formed Hime X Rena and started recording videos? It's what she wanted. I've done everything I can for Jennifer to live her dream of being a pop music idol that she was unable to live. Then what? Now it's time for me to live my own dream. What I want is to find a way to save more people like Jennifer. I can't bring her back, but I can become a doctor so I can do my best to help people. She was determined to pursue going to medical school and becoming an allergist, even if it meant the end of her singing career. When she came back to the hotel room later, I couldn't even get in a word. No niin, minä arvasin, että siinä oli joku tällainen. I don't believe it. What is Oregon Records going to do now? Okei, nyt meillä on puolet meidän suspekteistä. Ai niin, me päästiin tänne huoneeseen. Eikäs tää ollut se, mihin... Eli tämä on se huone, missä se meidän murhan uhri on asustellut. Ja jos hän katosi, me veikkaan, että täällä on kyllä joku sellainen valeseinä, josta pääsee johonkin. This sure is a gruesome looking statue, but it's only a statue. What's a bubbly pop star doing with such a terrifying statue anyway? Hei, eikö taas se murhaajastattu? Että tämä ainakin näytti jotenkin siltä että tällä olisi ollut jotain tekemistä sen murhan kanssa ehkä. Maybe we can find someone who knows something about this strange statue. Todellakin. Hei, eli onko meillä siis joku tyyppi, joka oikeasti tietää ehkä jotakin tästä? Interesting. Tonne pääsee, okei. Kirjallinen koe, okei. No niin, no kyllä siis sen handlat hyvin. Sie kyllä ihan varmasti Ihan varmasti pääset kuule läpi ja kaikki menee täydellisesti, me on ihan varma. Okei, no tässä oli kaikki mitä me saatiin täältä. Okei, tallennetaan taas. Tää on kyllä semmonen save game, gotta save the game. Eli meidän pitää löytää joku, joka ehkä tietäisi tästä jotakin tästä. Voista. Eli... Hei, nyt meillä on 3/3. You're rich, Cleo! Now we have enough quarters to play the arcade game in the expo hall. Jep, me voidaan kokeilla sitä. Mulla on vähän sitten tapana tää niin, että jos me totean, että joku tieto, mitä me luulen, että me tarvin, niin on turhaa, niin me vaan niinku deletoin sen mun aivoista. Ja sitten me unohan, että mitä se oli. Ja no, se on tietenkin vähän huono, koska olisi hyvä kyllä muistaa asioita, vaikka jotain, mitä koulussakin on oppinut ja näin, mutta just miksi? Mutta kyllä siihen pärjäät, me on ihan varma. Saat sen tehtyä, koska... Se on vaan super. Se on liian hyvä. Ajattele silleen, se on liian hyvää sinne. Niin siksi sie voitat ja oot loistava ja saat hoidettua asian ongelmitta. Tosta noin vaan. Niin. Billy Kramer. Tämän kanssa meillä on juteltu vielä. Ei mun mielestä. I'll have you know my time is valuable, Detective Gary. My name is Guy. Whatever, buddy. Just make it snappy. I'm looking for something important that I misplaced. Suspect added to case file. Billy Kramer first. Jokainen fancier. Okay. Meillä on paljon evidenssiä. Me löydettiin aika hyvin. The name's Billy Kramer, and I'm the one putting up the money to run this anime convention. Yippee-con. Yaki-con? Whatever. Silly thing my daughter Lena decided to name it. Good. I guess you spoke to Lena already. At least my tax dollars are paying for something. I believe the anime convention is called Jokainen, sir. Whatever, I don't speak Chinese. Hyi, miten kauhistus tämä onkaan. Tämmönen ignorantti. Do I look like I have time to watch children's cartoons? Wow. I run a huge video game publishing enterprise, Hacktivision Games. Have you seen our record high stock prices listed in today's Philadelphia Inquisitor? No, ei me nyt olla nähty, kun me nyt tiedäkään. That poor singer, I know, very bad for business. It's not my position to mingle with the talent. I let Lana make all the guest booking decisions. Okay. I wanted to get into the field to trade show management. I thought this would be a good way to test the markets. That's why I agreed to it. Anyway, I didn't kill her. I don't even listen to K-pop. Sen se sentään tiesi. Ei kun se oli J-pop-artisti eikä K-pop-artisti. Hitto miten ignoratti Pili. Se et edes tiennyt kuka se artisti oli. Muista joku päiväkotivääryyden vieläkin. I was here in the convention suit when all the commotion started. I was having a discussion with the hotel owner, Betty Bilderbilt. Rewatch scene. No, me ei tarvitse nähdä sitä uudestaan. Oh, you spoke to her already. It sounds like his alibi checks out. Betty Bilderbilt had the audacity to try and demand a bigger down payment for hosting the convention here. I told her it was out of the question. It's not my fault if she can't keep this place out of the red financially. Not my problem. Okay. Locked room. Well, an old building like this is bound to be full of secrets. Speaking of which, have you seen an old piece of paper lying around somewhere? I must have dropped it. Old piece of paper. Onks meille tullut missään vaiheessa vastaan old piece of paper? Ja onkohan se siellä locked roomissa? If you ask me, Betty Bilderbilt is your murderer. I bet she did it to get back at me by sabotaging the event. Do you believe all that? Hogwash about ghosts. You talked to her already. Don't you think she's a little crazy? No, I don't know how she did it. That's your job. Figure it out. Smoke and mirrors. Holograms. A secret passage, maybe? Se secret passage kiinnostaa. Sen minä uskon, että se voisi olla. Ups. Clio ainakin vähän osoitti tollaista, että se voisi olla secret passage. You mentioned that you're looking for an important piece of paper. It wouldn't happen to be 100 years old, would it? Meillä on se paperi. Huh? Cleo and I recovered this document in our search. To reach my secret hidey. Gaze at the 5 statues idly. The key is to play the ivory. Deep down below you'll find me. Bart. Hey, give me that! It's mine! It's a clue in a murder investigation now. But what is it? That text is a riddle written by Bartholomew Bilderbilt that leads to his treasure. That fool owner of the hotel sold it to me for cheap, not knowing what it was. When the article in the Philadelphia Inquisitor announced the reopening of this hotel, it mentioned the original owner's arrest for violating prohibition laws. Bartholomew Bilderbilt's last words were, "You corrupt pigs. Can take away my dark ale and my red wine, but you'll never find my secret stash of gold." Before he was muffled and taken away. His gold. That's what's hidden somewhere in the Bilderbilt Hotel, and this riddle is the key. Alright, I admit it. That's the whole reason I agreed to finance this anime convention in the first place. It would provide a distraction to keep the hotel management busy while I search for Bartholomew the bartender's treasure and get rich. But now with the murderer about, I'm not taking chances. Here, you can try your luck. I haven't been able to make any sense out of this confounded riddle. Look like it's up to Cleo and I to solve the riddle. Oh. I should have known better than to take my daughter's business ideas seriously. I guess I can use jokainen as a tax write-off. You can now access the riddle through the main menu. Okei, nyt meillä on 5/8 suspektia. Meitä vielä löytää ne loput. Okei, Robert Forbes, hän on ainakin yksi niistä. Olemassa olevia. This is one of Hime X Rena's popular music videos from 2 years ago. The channel was taken down after Jennifer passed away, but fortunately I've got a bootleg copy on my secret web server. It had millions of views back then. This was just before they got contacted by Oregon Records. Todellakin katsotaan.
First I felt so frightening, that look in your eyes, like I've never seen.
Thanks so much to everyone for enjoying our music and videos. We want to thank our friends, family, and our fans all over the world.
By lightning, tell me that I'll be the one that you've fallen for.
And my wonderfully creative sister, Hanako, for making these amazing costumes. Arigato gozaimasu!
Onko se arigato gozaimasu? They're both amazing, aren't they? The clue is saved to your case file. Clear deserves a treat. Nice. Okei, se oli ihana video. Ai että. No niin, otetaanpas tämä kaveri.
Rena Ishida's killer must be brought to justice.
Oh. Anime enthusiast oli tämä kaveri.
My real name is Robert Forbes, and I'm a computer specialist. I drove a long distance to be here. I'm a very big Rena Ishida fan, and J-pop music fan in general. I was one of the original Hime X Rena fans, and I've followed her career closely since the beginning. Since the incident 2 years ago, I bought a VIP badge to attend Yokaikon on the internet, and I was looking forward to getting to finally meet her.
Mikä se siinä välissä oli? Getting to finally meet her. That's weird.
Rena Ishida was one of my favorite singers. I even memorized all kinds of trivia about Hime X Rena that I read in an idol zine. Jennifer Hime Beauregard, University major performing arts, favorite anime Sailor Moon. Worst phobia bees.
Oh my god, Sailor Moon. Oh, mun pitäisi lukea Sailor Moon mangat uudestaan. Ne on mulla tuolla kirjahyllyssä. Ehkä me voisin lukea ne uudestaan. Hei, tää Stellahan oli... Tai se oli se kaveri, joka oli kirjoittanut täällä.
Rena Ishida, University major pre-med, favorite anime
Macross Frontier.
Worst phobia letting down my friends. Alright, that's enough. Thanks. I understand that the victim meant a lot to you. If I can do anything to help, please call on me.
Miksi se on pukeutunut muuten? Eikö niin, sillä on varmaan semmonen niinku animekon asu päälle.
I was here in this video room for most of the night, until the manhunt for Rena began. Kiki Suzuki, one of the other performance guests, wandered in here just before it happened. Her hotel room is number 1208.
Miksi se tietää se?
It's not that I'm not excited, but it just feels like so much pressure. How so? Let's just say that there are times you're expected to do things you may not want to do, but you have to stay cheerful. In the end, the love of the fans make it all worthwhile. Rena Ishida has been through so much in her career, she's a true idol. Hey, what's all the commotion in the hallway? You know, people can be very different underneath a facade behind a mask.
Sillä on mask. Onko tuo kirjaimellinen tarkoitus?
It seems that somehow the killer was alone in a locked room situation with Rena Ishida. Wow, if only I could have been alone in a locked room with Rena Ishida. Oh jeez, I didn't mean it like that. Personally, I think it was the hotel maid, Hanako. She spends all her time up on the 13th floor, where those mafia executions were supposed to have happened a long time ago. She seems normal, but there's something about her that seems off. I bet Hannah is still up on the 13th floor.
Ja meillä on vielä sitä tavattu. No niin, meillä on evidenssiä. Let's go.
Gee, watch this!
You were seen attempting to give this bouquet to the murder victim. You mentioned that you were a big fan of Rena Ishida.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me remind you that I'm investigating a murder, and if the victim rejected your romantic advances, then that gives you a serious motive.
Alright, it's true. I was stalking Rena Ishida. I admit it. Noniin, sieltä se tuli. I even used my computer skills to hack into the hotel database. I wanted to find out what room Rena was staying in. I may be clever enough to hack the database, but I couldn't find a way to hack that manager of hers away from guarding Rena's hotel room door. So you gained access to the hotel's database and you learned where the victim was staying. Ew. That's not all I discovered though. I was looking at the Bilderbilt Hotel's financial records and this place is about to be repossessed. Betty Bilderbilt is going to need a way to come up with some serious cash to pay back the bank loan. She's under tremendous pressure. This place is advertised as having a dark past. Maybe Betty dreamed up this whole locked room murder trick in a fit of desperation as a way to attract more media attention and business. I didn't kill Rena. All I wanted was for her to be happy. I swear. If only I wasn't so awkward. Well, that's great. Rena Ishida had a heart of gold. There's no way a sweetheart like Rena deserves a horrible fate like this. Himeax Rena will live on in the hearts of fans like me everywhere.
No niin, 6 kautta. Meillä puuttuu vielä 1 tyyppi sitten vielä tän ja lisäksi. Okei, tallennetaanpa taas. Tallennus maksimus.
Hei Benu! Tervetuloa messiin! Ihana nähdä sua. Mitä kuuluu?
Mites treenit meni? Onko nyt koettu kaikki? Niin meillä on nähty tätä Kikiä vielä. Meillä on sen kanssa keskusteltu. Hän voi vielä valehella, me ei tiedetä.
My name's Spooky in my new Suzuki.
Mä tuli heti mieleen tää biisi tästä Kikin nimestä.
I can't believe Rena Ishida is dead. This isn't what I had expected.
Okay. Suspect added to case file. Kiki Suzuki, emerging J-pop idol starlet. No niin.
I'm Kiki Suzuki. I'm a singer from Japan, and I'm excited to be at Yokeikon with Oregon Records. That's how I was planning to introduce myself at the concert before all this happened. Rena Ishida was a talented and popular singer who had everything. I'm only a new artist on the label trying to make my way and win over the fans. The woman who runs the convention doesn't even know my name. Rena was my rival, but I'm not afraid of a little competition. No, I wasn't going to murder her. All I wanted was to be able to kill it on stage during the show.
To able to kill it on stage during the show. Vähän hassusti sanottu, jos on just joku kuollut ja sitten sä oot silleen, I wanted to kill it during the show. Maybe a change of words? Question mark.
The rumor is that Rena was going to retire to graduate from being an idol performer, as we say. She may not have appreciated having so many adoring fans, but it sounds like a dream to me. I guess being a performer, it takes away a part of your soul.
Okay.
Well, first I was in here rehearsing my songs. Then, before it happened, I went into the video room. That guy with the mask was in there watching Rena's concert footage.
Eli ne oli niinku yhdessä.
Oh, you met him already. He seemed like a nice guy to me. Smart, passionate, and creative. I used to think dying on stage was poetic for a singer, but this is a nightmare. How did Rena's body get from her hotel room to the stage after Orison heard her scream earlier? It's like evil magic is in the air. I've already admitted that I saw Rena Ishida as my rival. The competition among performers can be so intense. But who benefits from the drama between artists? The record label, of course. The fans eat it up. Tomo Ori was the artist manager for both Rena and myself. He can be so controlling and manipulative. Manipulative. Well, you get it. It seemed like Rena had gotten in another argument with Orison. You say you spoke with Tomo already? Was he able to tell you anything more about what happened? I was warned never to trust the record label. Now I understand why.
Okei, mitäs evidenssiä meillä oli tälle?
Hey, give me that! It's my diary! I don't want to do this. It goes against every aspect of my being. It's horrible, but I have no choice. I can't believe this is what my career has come to.
What exactly were you writing about?
No, that's a secret. Alright, I can explain.
So, remember Kiki-chan, when Rena is about to begin her encore? That's your cue to rush the stage and splash black paint all over.
What? What? What?
Sabotage. Kysymysmerkki.
Her pretty white dress. Alright, I just don't understand why I have to be so mean and nasty toward her.
Social media drama, a new rivalry between a popular veteran and an ambitious upstart. The press will have a field day.
But I love her music. She's so inspiring. That doesn't feel like me at all.
Your performance contract says you do what we tell you to do. If Oregon Records tells you to bark like a dog, you do as you're told. There's 100 other singers willing to sing the same contract. Do you want to make a name for yourself or not?
Damn. Rena had many fans, which gave her more leverage in negotiations with the record label, but not me. I may have been instructed by the label to start a conflict with Rena for the sake of publicity, but I didn't want to do it. That's what I wrote about in my diary. Sometimes it feels like the only way I can express myself.
Hei, sitä Black Painttiahan oli siellä kyllä siellä hiton lavan takana.
Kanpatte!
Siis sitähän oli siellä lavan takana, kun me käytiin katsomassa siellä, niin se oli niinku jotenkin levinnyt ympäriinsä sinne. Me ei ole käyty vielä 13. floorissa. No niin, tää on viimeinen epäilty. Hanako.
Oi, wow! This floor is off limits to hotel guests, but you're a detective, so I understand.
Suspect added to case file. Hanako, hospitality worker. Oliko se hospitality worker? Sorry.
I've been working as a hospitality worker here for about 6 months. The hotel doesn't get that much traffic, and my boss, Petty, likes to put on a show. So I spent most of my time up here in the 13th floor trying to clean this place up. But that's alright, I don't mind keeping to myself. Oh, so you already met my boss. She's hard to miss, right? The singer from the anime convention. I didn't know her. I'm not really into that stuff. There was that strange Japanese statue that was sent to the hotel 1 week ago. I left it on the front desk in the foyer. Is it still there?
Eiks me löydetty se?
I was working on the 13th floor all evening. I wasn't aware of what had happened until we started searching the hotel. If I was you, I would find out who was on the 12th floor at the time of death. How does a body materialize inside a locked room? I don't know, but this hotel has a lot of mechanical problems. Just when I had finished repairing all the broken windows up here, our freight elevator suddenly stopped working 2 weeks ago. I guess that's why I'm here, right? I may not be a big anime fan, but one thing I do know a lot about is sewing craftsmanship.
Sewing craftsmanship.
The J-pop merchandise sold by convention chair Lana Kramer looked cheap, shoddy, and mass-produced. I wonder how the singer or her record label would have reacted if they found out that she was making bootleg costumes. Could that have led to a conflict that got ugly? We already met Lana Kramer earlier in the exhibition hall. Okei, eli mä pitää käydä siellä uudestaan, niinkö? You mentioned receiving a strange Japanese statue at the hotel. Yes, that's right. Where did you find it? What can you tell me about this? Well, it happened 2 weeks ago. Betty Bilderbelt. Ollaanko me tavattu se? Ollaan. What is this peculiar red statue doing on the front desk, Hannah? It arrived in a package by way of today's mail. That's odd. Where did it come from? It was sent anonymously with no return address. Well, it certainly looks Japanese. Maybe it's from somebody affiliated with that anime convention coming up. Do you want me to get rid of it? No, Hannah. Leave it here. This gives me an idea. I'm still not sure what my boss meant. I'm still not sure what my boss meant by that remark. Onko se boss kaiken takana? Onko se nyt se? My boss thinks the place is haunted and that a supernatural force did it. I don't ask questions and she gives me a paycheck. For me, it's just amount to a lot of mess to clean up. No nyt meillä on kaikki suspektit. Mutta niin, voiko se olla niin, että se on hyvin näin yksinkertaista, että se olisi oikeasti se hotelli-owneri? Toki minä uskon, että siis siinä on varmaan jotakin hämärää niin sanotusti. Esimerkiksi siinä, että jos se haluaa tänne, tai miettikääpä niinku rahallisesti, ehkä se haluaa tänne kummituksia, jotta tänne tulisi enemmän ihmisiä. Tai niinku kummituksethan tuo niinku publicityä. Mut miksi sä tappaisit sen laulajan? Sitä me ihmettelen. Oh, Cleo found a clue. This is a medical device called an auto-injector. It is used to treat severe allergic reactions by piercing the skin with a needle. It's empty. Someone must have discarded it here after using it. The name of the patient has been peeled off the label. I wonder who this belongs to. Well, that is weird. Eikö me just puhuttu siitä, että sen kaveri kuoli siihen, että se ei saanut sitä allergialääkettä? Oh, paska. Thanks. Doggy treats! Nice. Save station. Ooh. Ha! This paperwork is the financial balance sheet for the Bilderbilt Hotel. I wonder what we can learn from this. The hotel is in serious debt. Betty Bilderbilt is relying on the success of Jokainen to pay off the loan from the bank. If she doesn't come up with the money soon, then the hotel gets repossessed. Oikeasti tähän illasta ei enää ole tästä lukemisesta mitään. We should speak to her again and see what she has to say about this. Todellakin. My pleasure. Mut ennen sitä käydään täällä. Ooh. Clue. Hey, look! There's an old doctor somebody put inside the laundry cart. Really, Cleo? How can this thing be a clue in this case? Alright, geez, I'll take it for you to play with later. Sometimes I just don't understand you, Cleo. Mut mitä jos se oikeasti on clue? Mitä jos sitä käytettiin johonkin... Johonkin. I don't know. Yep. Penny builder build. Noniin. Hey, give me that! You know what this is, don't you? The hotel balance sheet. That is proprietary. The financial records confirm that the hotel is about to be repossessed by the bank if you don't find a way to raise a huge sum of money, don't they? What's of it? You're desperate, willing to do anything to preserve the hotel, which is such an important part of your family legacy. Stop already! It's true. If we don't raise at least $1 million by the next quarter, the Build-A-Build Hotel is history. So then I got the idea when my assistant showed me the Japanese demon statue. I was gonna open a ghost tour business. You know, let paranormal enthusiasts spend the night on the 13th floor. That sort of thing. It may not be safe up there, but we need the money, honey. When you found out there was a murder earlier tonight, you wanted to take advantage of it. I admit that the thought crossed my mind, but I certainly didn't kill that poor girl. I was in the convention suite trying to get Mr. Kramer to pay up. I'm an opportunist. Does that make me a monster? I'm just as baffled as everyone else about what happened. But if you ask your dog really can unmask the killer, well, there's hope, right? Nah. I don't like you. Curly Bob. Do not like you. Not at all. To reach my secret Heidi! Gaze at the 5 statues idly. Statues found. 1. Oh my god, miten sen vahingossa? Hei, puhuttiinko me tälle Stellalle jo tästä? Tästä. Joo, ollaan vissiin presentattu evidenssi sille jo. Hei! Oi, what the hell? Elikkä 1 statue found 1. Mitä siinä luki siinä Ridlessä? Mä unohdin koko Ridlen. To reach my secret Heidi, gaze at the 5 statues. 4 more statue. To gaze to play the ivory. Deep down below you'll find me. Okei. Okay. No nyt meidän pitää löytää siis statues. Okei. Okay. Enpäs ajatellut. Ne on varmaan siellä hiton kellarissa. Ja siellä kellarissa on se hito monsteri. Tai siis siellä on se... Siellä on se saakutin... pahiskamu. Pahiskamu tulee heti meidän perään, jos me mennään sinne. Woohoo! I'm in love with the basement. It is my favorite room. I will always stay here, cause the basement is where I belong to. Se oli rotta se. Okei, ehkä täällä ei olekaan semmoista jotakin statuea. On! Statues found 2. Mä arvasin, että täällä on pakko olla statue. Heti tallennetaan. Save, heti kun löydettiin seuraava statue, niin pitää tallentaa. Okei.
Täytyy olla 5 eri paikkaa, eikö vaan, missä ne statuet on ehkä. Voiko täällä olla yksi statue? Okei. Mutta olisiko niitä siis vielä yksi täällä jossain vai luuletteko, että olisi jossain toisessa paikassa? Nyt se Renan ruumis on kuitenkin viety tästä pois. Siinä näytetään, että se on tuohon kuollut, okei. Alright, we've got 3/4. Hey, it's a Japanese role-playing game. Hei, mulla on tän Paladin... Mulla on tämä Paladin Dream kirjastossa. This is an optional minigame. Play. Let's go! a game inside a game. You are the chosen one who can save the world from evil. But this is only the beginning of the game. For now, your first trial is to go find a lost kitten in the misty woods. Where is Cleo when I need her? I found the kitten. The magical princess was kidnapped by blah blah blah. This game has been going on a long time. I should probably stop playing and get back to the mystery soon. Wow, it's time to fight the final boss! Mentiinpä me nopeasti eteenpäin, what the heck? Wow! Guy, the hero! Whoa! What else to heal and power heroes? Sword, butane. Epic hero attack! Yay! Sword! Whoa! Epic attack! Butane! Healing! Beauty power! Darkness. Oh no! Oh shit! I need to heal! Beauty power! Please, no, skinny! Ja butane! Miten tuo nyt sanotaan? Ehkä kuitenkin mielellään. Ehkä kuitenkin mielellään. Darkness. Butane! Onpas intensiivinen taistelu. Our epic hero triumphed over the final boss. Nice. Oh wow, I won! So I guess this is the part where I get to meet the magical princess. Let's see what happens. So Cleo! It's a Cleo! Well, Cleo certainly gets spoiled enough to be our prince. Ja se koiruli oli nyt prinsessana, what the heck? Oh my god, vähän hauska peli. Okei. Nyt me ollaan pelattu sitäkin. No voi pastille. Tuossa on patsas. Hei, me ei olla käyty edes täällä. This looks exactly like the murder victim's hair, but it's fake. This is a wig. Why is it in here?
Whoever made this certainly knew what they were doing. I wonder what the convention chair, Lana Kramer, has to say about this. Nyt me voidaan puhua uudestaan sille Lanalle, mutta tiedättekö mitä? Miehän kysyin sitä tätä jo vähän, että mitä jos se ei ollut se ollenkaan se artisti. Että kun siinä aluksi ne sanoi, kun se oli kuollut, että sen hiukset, että silloin kun se ei puhunut niinku faneille tai millekään, sit se vaan meni sinne huoneeseen, niin mitä jos se ei ollut Lana koskaan? Mitä jos se oli jo kuollut? That was the last statue we needed to find. We should check and see what the next riddle tells us to do. No siis mun mielestä nyt se sanoo meidän niinku, että meidän pitää soittaa joku piisu. The keys to play the ivory. Ivory is white. We should be looking for some white object that can be played. Siis eikö ollut joku piano jo tyyli, että mitä pystyi soittamaan? Tai siis me ollaan nähty joku sellainen valkoinen. Minä muistan kyllä nähneeni jonkun sellaisen. Tuolla alhaalla, kattokaa, tuolla on piano. Holy shit. Se on tuolla yksi alempana. Eiku, ihan alimpana. Menikö me nyt liian alas? Menin. Eikö tuolla se on? The ivory. The riddle must be referring to this white piano. Let's see what happens. What? Look, there's a hidden door on the wall by the piano. Well, yes, there is. Save. Okei, meidän pitää käydä sen Lanan luona vielä. Pitäisikö me mennä sinne ensin? Tai siis sen... Missä se nyt oli? Onko se täällä? Eikö, tää oli tää huone. Eikö se convention-huone ollut tässä? Oli. Puhutaan tälle Lana Kramerille ennen kuin me mennään sinne. Jep. Oh, jeez, you found that. No, it's really not mine, I swear. This wig looks great, and my merchandise in the dealer's room is shoddy and mass-produced. My dad said that I should cut costs to have a larger profit margin. I found it lying on the ground. Oikeesti meidän pitäisi lopettaa, koska me ei selkeästi pystytään enää lukemaan yhtä mikään, mutta okei. Hetki vielä. Haphazardly in the dealer's room, and I couldn't resist. I grabbed it and took it to the consuit. Dealer's room. That I could look at it later. It looks just like Rina Ishida's real hair. I was wanting to take it and copy it. My dad would have been impressed. Whoever made this cosplay wig knew what they were doing and went through a great deal of trouble. It's a perfect copy of the murder victim's hairstyle. I'm sorry I took it. I didn't want her record label to see that I had it. I guess I never thought of it until now, but what's this perfect replica of Rena Ishida's hair doing here at Jokaikon? Se onkin se iso kysymys nimenomaan. Alright. Sängyn peitolla makaamassa hyvää tepara. Nyt onkin hyvä kohta kuule alkaa nukkumaan. Nyt me ollaan kuule ihan pian saatu tämän mysteeri selvitettyä. Me on aika varma. Ei, miksi just nyt? Me on menossa just uudelle alueelle. Me jäin kiinni. Me jäin kiinni pianoon. Onneksi me tallensin juuri ennen tuota.
Onneksi mie niinku juuri äsken tallensin. No niin. Doggy bag. Okay. Oh. Well, we found Bartholomew Bilderberg's secret speakeasy, but I don't see a treasure here. Oh, I see. According to an old newspaper article, Bartholomew Bilderberg's last words were, "You corrupt pigs, you can take away my dark ale and my red wine, but you'll never find my secret stash of gold." Before he was muffled and taken away. Mitä nyt? Mistä game over? Se oli siitä hemsko, kuinka se monsteri. Mä jätin kiinni sen monsterin kynsiin. Voi, se oli vähän sääli. Onneksi tollasessakin, no äläpä te para. Kohta on pääpyörällinen, niin on. Red wine and dark ale. When he said gold, he wasn't talking about a pot of gold. He was talking about gold rum. So the police couldn't take away his gold rum because he'd already drank it. There's no treasure to be found in the secret speakeasy. Billy Kramer misunderstood the meaning of his words. There's nothing here but a few empty bottles of booze. But maybe there's a clue to be found somewhere in the secret catacomb. Okei, tallennetaan tähän ykköseen. Dogibagi, sitä minä hainkin. Täällä ei kyllä varmaan ole muuta. Veikkaa, että täällä katakombissa kyllä voi olla. Joku ainakin vasta ollut täällä, koska täällä näkyy olevan kynttilöitä. Cleo found a clue. These buttons look just like the buttons found on the hotel elevator, but they're fake. Somebody used these fake elevator buttons to change the floors where the elevator stops by sticking them on top of the real elevator buttons. The first floor and the basement are switched, and then the 12th and 13th floors are switched. This way, when an unsuspecting person inadvertently pressed the button for the first floor lobby, they'd really be taken to the basement. Oh. Or if someone unwittingly pressed the button to go to the convention guest rooms on the 12th floor, they'd instead be taken to the 13th floor. Oho. Mut eiks toi oo aika iso clue nytte? Tuohan on niinku sellainen, että joku ihan tarkoituksella teki tämän näin. Siinä oli loput dogibagit. Saatiin kaikki. No, eipähän tarvi etsiä niitä sitten enää. Okei, mutta hetkinen, oliko siinä nyt kaikki cluet? Oh.
Now you know my secret. I shall never let you escape.
No voi, peppujen ei nää nyt persulle tuu sieltä, jumaan tsukka. Eihän nyt noin voi tehdä, että yhtäkkiä alkaa jahtauskohtaus, kun minä en oo vielä edes niinku henkisesti valmistautunut jahtauskohtaukseen. Onneksi me tallennettiin taas. Onneksi minä niinku tallensin taas sekunniksi. Mistäs täällä oli se uloskäynti? Fuck. Minä unohan nyt koko ajan, että missä se on se uloskäynti. Meidän pitää löytää se uloskäynti, mutta missä se oli? Minä on nyt unohtanut sen. Joten... Oliko se täällä? Niinku täällä oli tämä spiikeesi. Mitä jos ei kerkeä tallentava? No sitten hepskukuu, sit me joudutaan aloittaa tää kokonaan alusta tämä homma. Niin meidän pitää juosta tästä tänne alas. Katsotaan reitti. Tästä alas, sitten tänne, sitten tästä ylös, sitten tänne ja sitten tänne ylös. Niin meidän pitää tehdä. Okei, let's go. We did it. Yeah. Oltiin hyviksiä. We found all clues, met all the suspects and uncovered all the evidence. We're ready to contact Officer Adams and explain how the crime was committed, who killed the victim and reveal all the secrets of the case. No niin, no proceed to explanation. Eiks me nyt mennä explanationiin? Mie en oikeastaan ite vielä ihan tiedä, että kuka se olisi ollut. Mie veikkaan, että se oli se hiton omistaja, mutta yleensä niiden evidenssien kauttahan me niin kuin päätellään tämä tapaus. Me löydettiin se secret room ja 20 niitä, joten me oletan. Taitava, kiitos korostus. Minä uskon, että tämä on ok. Hello? Excellent. Yes, detective. Officer Bailey and I will have everything prepared. Nyt joku tulee sanomaan, että se oli se vahtimestari. Äläpä antidote. No niin, nyt kaikki valmiina. Nyt tulee explanation. Nyt jos te ette ole yhtään kattonut peliä, niin se ei haittaa, koska nyt tulee niinku loppu. Tämä on niinku final. Mitä on tapahtunut? Tämä on niinku kertoo teille kaiken, mitä teidän tarvii tietää. Let's go. Would you like to attempt to guess the identity of the killer before the explanation scene? There is no penalty for a wrong answer, and a correct guess will result in award/achievement. Yes. Who killed Rena Ishida? Okei. Kenet me halutaan laittaa? Tuleeko siniselle perukille selitys? No, oletettavasti heuskukkuu, joo. Minä ainakin uskoisin. Siis se Betty Builder todennäköisesti halusi tehdä rahaa niillä aave-jutuilla, mutta se olisi vähän liian obvious. Mie myös epäilen sitä tätä Tomokatsu-oria, joka oli siis se manageri, joka oli siis se levyyhtiön manageri. Mutta mä en tiedä sen niin kuin motiivia, että mikä silloin olisi motiivina. Se siis Betty Builderpiltillä on tällä hetkellä kaikista korkein motiivi. Se on siis se, että se halusi tehdä rahaa niin kuin kummituksilla, siis ihan selkeästi, tai että silloin oli menossa tuo hotelli niin kuin alas, niin se halusi tehdä rahaa kummituksilla, ja ehkä tämmöinen murhamysteeri olisi niin kuin justiin lisännyt sitä vähän niin kuin sitä sitä hänen uskottavuutta niin kuin sille tälle hotellille. Mutta sitten meillä oli se Stella. Mikä se Stellan? Kuka muistaa sen Stellan Eikö se Stella oli se, että se kirjoitti sitä lehteä, niin meillä vain miettiä, että no mutta toki sillä ei ollut mitään semmoista niinku isoa motiivia. Joku sillä oli, mikä me presidentti evidenssi, mutta me muista sitä sen evidenssiä, että mikä se sen evidenssi oli. Billy se ei ainakaan ole, joo ei jinx, joo Billy on poissa laskuista. Ja minä en usko kyllä, että se olisi ollut Lanakaan. Lanakin on poissa laskuista. Sitten Kiki Suzuki vaikuttaa vähän semmoiselta, että miksi se... Mie en usko siihen, että se olisi se, että hän ne tekee, koska se ainakin vaikutti sen sanoista, että se ei niinku... Joo, se oli sen competition, mutta että ei sitä niinku silleen, miksi se sen tappaisi. Se oli vähän kans mun mielestä ohranen selitys, että se olisi tappanut sen
Vaan se heitti sitä maalia, mutta että ehkä se ei tappanut sitä. Kuitenkaan. Ja eikö siinä alkukohtauksessa ollut sanottu jotakin, että this is for the... Siis että se johtus, tai siis että se olisi se niin kuin oli sen... Että koska se oli kuollut se sen kaveri, se sen laulajakaveri, se mikä Hime X Rena, eli se Hime. Niin eikö se ollut niinku sen takia, minkä takia hän kuoli? Tai me uskon, että se on ollut niinku se oikea motiivi taustalla. Niin oliko tuossa Stella niinku joku sen sisko, tai miksi mulla on sellainen joku olettamus, että tuo Stella olisi voinut olla sen Himen joku läheinen? Mä voisin epäillä niinku sitäkin. Mun mielestä Stella, Tomokatsu, Ori ja Betty Bilderbilt on tällä hetkellä tosi niinku epäilyttäviä. Näistä nimistä niin ehkä Kiki olisi paras. Laitetaan se. Mennään sillä. Koska tässä ei ollut mitään penaltia tai mitään. Tää oli vaan siis arvaus. Mun motiivit oli siis näin ajatellut, että kostomurha olisi ollut se, jos olisi ollut siihen sen partnerin kuolemiseen liittyvä murha. Ja sitten taas tämmönen niinku kateusmurha olisi ollut sitten tämä, jos tää Kiki olisi tappanut. Niin nyt me mentiin kateusmurhalla vähän niinku. Mut siis kun me aloin miettiä siis sitä allergialääkettä, kattokaa, kun se allergialääke, mikä me löyttiin sieltä katolta tai sieltä, niin sitten me aloin epäilemään, että voiko se allergialääke olla liittynyt jotenkin siihen Stellaan. Mutta no, katsotaan. Me saatan myös ylianalysoida ihan liikaa. Choose your difficulty level for answering questions about the mystery. Otetaan tietenkin hard kokeeseenkin, mutta olet aina tervetullut moikkaamaan. The hours before dawn. Kiitos, Hepskukku! Usko meni omaan veikkaukseen. Moi, Hepskukku! Kiitos tosi paljon. Voi ei, no niin, ihana. No. Sä et nyt vielä edes tiennyt, että mitä tässä kävi, mutta ehkä se on sitten niin, että meidän oma veikkaukset oli sitten näin, ettei ne nyt sitten toimi. Voi, se voi olla. Me nähdään nyt, että miten käy.
How long are you going to put us all through this shame and dishonor? I'm jet lag and it's the middle of the night. Do the American police even have any idea who killed my singer? We need to figure out what happened no matter what. I understand your frustration and I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. One of the people here now murdered Rena Ishida and I know who it was. Her death was quite a perplexed one. It seemed impossible. The victim was hard screaming inside her locked hotel room on the 12th floor, and then later her body was recovered on stage inside the locked Atlantic Theater. Although this old hotel is prone to decades of rumors about ghosts and the supernatural, there is a perfectly logical explanation for Rena Ishida's murder. Rena's singing career may have brought her legions of fans, but here at Jokainen in Philadelphia, she was surrounded by bitter enemies with dark motives. Oh, rubbish! I had just met the poor girl. Betty Bilderbilt, after the victim's body was discovered, you did everything you could to convince the police that the death was an occult phenomenon. You had an ulterior motive for propagating these rumors and legends. When Cleo and I discovered this clue, I realized that you were hoping to profit from her death. Se oli se balance sheet. The Bilderbilt Hotel's financial balance sheet. Your beloved family Bilderbilt Hotel was in heavy debt to the Liberty Bell Bank, with foreclosure looming if you were unable to find a way to make a lot of money quickly. If your hotel became famous for an unsolved murder case rife with rumors and shock, the surge of media attention would make you rich. It's true. If I don't repay my loan, then the bank closes the doors. But I didn't kill her. How can you accuse me of such a crook?
Oli vähän bileet kyllä, kun meillä on valotkin täällä stagella komppis.
Nevertheless, you may have gotten the idea from your employee, Hannah Ko, when she brought the spooky trinket to your attention recently.
Oni statue.
The Oni statue.
While your boss told you to leave the creepy red statuette on her desk in the hotel lobby, somehow it turned up inside the victim's locked bedroom. What? Me? I was just following orders. Leave my hotel staff out of this. You've got a lot of nerve. I'm only suggesting that you had an accomplice in your plan to turn the Builder-Built Hotel into a horror tourism destination. You and your hired help weren't the only ones who could have had the opportunity to conspire together for your own gains. Sounds to me like a wild goose chase, detective. Admit it, you're totally lost. Only when you admit that you had your own secret reasons for financing the anime convention, Mr. Kramer. I admit nothing. You were here only for your own wild goose chase and treasure hunt, as Cleo and I discovered when we stumbled upon the strange old document that was in your possession. Bartholomew's Riddle. You discovered the riddle left by Bartholomew Builderbuild, the original proprietor of the hotel, which you believed would lead to the treasure. At first you wanted nothing to do with your daughter's idea to put on an anime convention. It wasn't until you read newspaper articles suggesting the whereabouts of a secret stash of gold that you agreed to cooperate with her. Daddy, is this true? Lana dear, business is very complicated, very complex. Alright Gary, it's true. I thought yokaikon was a poor business idea, like most of my daughter's whims and fancies, but when I found that sheet of paper, I knew I'd figured out something that nobody else had picked up on. Hosting the event here would give me ample time to search for Bartholomew's treasure while Betty and the hotel staff were distracted. You fool, it was rum! What? There was no treasure in my grandfather's secret speakeasy. You knew about that? He was my grandfather. After all, you still need to pay up. I'm waiting. The treasure hunt may have led to a dead end, but Bartholomew, the Prohibition-era bartender, wasn't the only one bootlegging. What are you talking about? Unlicensed merchandise based on Rena Ishida's performance. Cleo and I found a suspicious item in the convention suit. Yo, we found a cosplay wig that looked exactly like Rena Ishida's styled hair. Your father was planning to start mass producing and selling accessories for a Rena Ishida cosplay with you as well, an accessory. Alright, it's true. I took the cosplay wig. I couldn't resist. The craftsmanship was just so incredibly realistic. Oh my gosh, I had to have it. I know the situation looks hairy, but I certainly didn't kill Rena Ishida. I can't believe this. You were gonna steal the costume design? That's what this is all about. All you wanted to do was exploit her. What about you, Ori-san? From what Cleo and I learned, Rena Ishida was putting your record label under a lot of pressure. Excuse me? Rena Ishida was planning to leave Oregon Records very soon. Cleo and I discovered this when we read this important legal document. Se on se record contract. Rena Ishida's record contract, the one she hadn't renewed. Rena, who you saw as one of your company's most prized assets, was planning to retire from singing, to graduate, to leave and move on. Alright, it's true. Rena's departure would have been a public relations disaster. I wasn't going to let that happen. But I didn't kill her. Rena was going to graduate from being an idol performer? She was gonna leave the music business. Nyt kertoo, että se on Kiki. Koska Kiki ei tiennyt sitä, että se on lähössä. Kyllä me varmaan oltiin Jinx oikeassa sunkaan. Pakostakin. Koska mitä hittoa, koska Kiki ei tiennyt sitä. Totta. Kiki ei tiennyt sitä, että se oli lähössä. Ja sitten se sen takia se tappoi sen ja nyt se tajusi, että se oli koko ajan lähössä. That would have been hard on her fans. Just joo. But you, Kiki Suzuki, were extremely jealous. Rena Ishida was my hero. You were faced with a difficult choice, with Cleo and I read about in your words when we found the startling clue. Ja sit se peintti katoo. Niin Kiki oli varma, eikö?
No äläpä jengi. Ja sit kun se oli se musta maali oli vähän outo, tiedättekö? Siinä kävi järkeä, jos se muutenkin piti tehdä se.
In your diary. I don't want to do this. It goes against every aspect of my being. It's horrible, but I have no choice. I can't believe this is what my career has come to. It's true. I was under contract to stir up drama with Rena for the record label to help generation jotain. Quiet, Kiki. You're violating our non-disclosure agreement. So what? I don't care. Now she's dead. This is more important than my career.
A rivalry between idol singers sounds like juicy gossip to me.
Absolutely. You had a lot of private knowledge of the murder victim's history as part of a popular idol performance duo. Cleo and I learned a lot about her history as part of another horrible tragedy from 2 years ago when we read this. We found an old issue of the music side that you published. A special issue from 2 years ago. I brought it with me to the convention so I could show it to Rena. You even showed us a shocking unpublished picture of Rena and her friend Jennifer taken at the Philadelphia Public Gardens. Maybe you were looking to blackmail Rena Ishida with this image. Maybe she wouldn't pay. That's not true. All I wanted was to do a retrospective interview with Rena for my readership. Her idol group Rena Etsivinä meant so much to all the fans. We all wanted Rena to succeed after her duet partner Hime died young.
The victim certainly meant a lot to you, Robert.
I enjoyed her music. A lot of people did.
But I did made you very upset when Rena spurned your advance, as Cleo and I learned when you were seen with this item. Rose bouquet. The bouquet of roses you bought for the murder victim.
It's true. I had a huge fan crush of Rena, and I was just devastated when she just walked right by me. I had no idea she was planning to retire from music. I guess I only saw her as a performer, which might be why she reacted the way she did.
So, as you can all see, each one of you had reasons to resent Rena or to benefit from her death. Mua jotenkin häirittää, että tuo sukunimi on koko ajan noissa teksteissä. Musta tuntuu, että minä niinku koko ajan niinku joudun pysähtymään joka lause, koska se koko ajan Rena Ishidan sanominen on jotenkin vaikeaa, jos sanoisi vaan koko niinku Rena, tiedättekö? At first, I appeared as though each of you had an alibi at the time she screamed from inside her locked hotel room on the 12th floor. I was the one who heard her scream. I raced around the 12th floor and the lobby until I found the hotel proprietor. Mr. Kramer can confirm my alibi for the time of death. We were arguing.
The three of us can vouch for each other's whereabouts. Robert Forbes and I were watching videos and talking in the room across the 12th floor balcony.
Affirmative.
I was in the exhibition hall, nowhere near the bedroom.
Likewise, I was lost in the hotel basement at the time.
I was working up in the 13th floor.
Then how was Rena Ishida's murder possible? No, koska se ei tapahtunut silloin. When Cleo and I explored the secret catacombs, we discovered a clue that was as good as gold. The clue that explained the whole locked room puzzle surrounding the victim's death. Onko se tää fake elevator buttons? We found a set of fake buttons which were a perfect match to the buttons on the main elevator that connects the basement, first floor, mezzanine, 12th floor, and 13th floor. The killer created and used these fake buttons to obfuscate the true location of Rena Ishida's death. That was their trick to make it seem impossible to create the perfect crime. Even though Orisan heard a woman scream from inside Rena Ishida's hotel room, the true murder had already taken place somewhere else. The victim was already dead. Noni, minä sanoin, että se oli jo valmiiksi kuollut. The elevator button panel is designed so that the higher floors are read from down to up and from left to right. If the pattern had been changed inconsistently, for example, the button for 12 was switched with the button for 13 without any other chances,
changes, then it might have aroused suspicion from the hotel guests. This is why 2 sets of fake buttons were made. It looked more convincing and believable that way. Oh. The killer simply switched the buttons for 12 and 13, and also for B and 1. This simple trick is what made the crime possible. Multiple witnesses saw Rena Ishida leaving the foyer in the elevator after she had been threatened by Kiki Suzuki and then approached by Robert Forbes. When Rena Ishida left the foyer on the 1st floor to retire to her bedroom on the 12th floor, she naturally would have pressed the button labeled 12. But instead, unbeknownst to her, the elevator took her to a different floor of the Bilderberg Hotel instead. Niin eli se meni niinku 13. Siis 13th floor? Since the buttons for floors 12 and 13 were switched, Rena unwittingly got off on the 13th floor where she was ambushed by the murderer. The killer had no reason to lie about their whereabouts at the time of death, as long as everyone believed that the victim was murdered inside her locked hotel room. So then, who killed Rena Ishida, detective? Oh no, pitääkö meidän nyt sitten päättää, kuka sen teki? Tai siis hitto, nythän meidän pitää sanoa se. Mitäs me sanotaan nyt väärin? Sanotaanko me nyt seuraan, että se on se Kiki Suzuki. Testataanko sitä? Totuuden hetki. Niin. Se on väärin. That explanation is consistent with the facts. Kiki Suzuki was speaking with Robert Forbes in the video room. Eiku jaa! Se on se Hanako! Koska se oli ainoa siellä 13 siellä. Siis se on sit se, koska se oli ainoa siellä 13. Sehän sanoo, että I was at the 13th floor. No sit se on Hana. Niin. Mulla ei tullut mieleenkään. Hanako is the murderer! Wow, okei, mutta tää tuli puskasta. Mien kyllä jotenkin ois arvannut. Miten me... Excuse me? But I saw Rena Ishida leave the elevator and enter her locked hotel room. She walked right by me without saying a word. No, you saw someone dressed in Rena Ishida's costume walk by, and then you heard someone scream from inside Rena Ishida's room. I waited 2 long years for this moment. Eli se on joku sen sisko tai tuttu tai jotakin sen. Se on, tai se sen partneri, joka oli laulaja. Tai tää oli siis kostomurha. Oi hittolainen, en olisi pitänyt... voisi hetki miettiä vielä. No ei se haittaa. Tää oli vaikeampi. Tää oli kyllä vaikeampi. As soon as Rena got off the elevator on the 13th floor, Hanako was armed with the murder weapon and ready to strike. She quickly slit the throat of the famous J-pop singer who she hated so much. Next, disguised by Rena Ishida's signature look with extravagant long bangs of hair and medical face mask, Hanako walked right past Tomokatsu Ori and into the victim's hotel room on the 12th floor. Hana had already fished Rena's hotel room keycard off her person, which allowed her to enter the locked room. She placed that sinister-looking red Japanese Oni statue in the room during the interval she was inside. And then she waited. Siis damn it! Mä ajattelin, että se oli mukana vaan siinä post-jutussa. When Ori-san heard the scream from inside Rena's locked bedroom, his immediate reaction was to seek help opening the locked bedroom. He hurried to the 1st floor and frantically tried to find Betty Bilderberg. The coast was clear for Hana to escape from the seemingly locked room where it appeared that Rena Ishida had been attacked. The rest was, well, housekeeping. During the intensive hotel-wide manhunt to look for Rena, Hanako had lots of time to neatly clean up the crime scene. The blood-red towel, which Cleo and I found in the hotel swimming pool, was used to cover the victim's body so it wouldn't be seen. The blood was filtered out when Hannah drained the water in the pool. Sitä varten se oli. Minä unohdin koko pyyhkeen. Voi nenä. Jos oltaisiin ehkä heti silloin saatu tämä silloin ykköskerran, niin sitten olisi ehkä osannut yhdistää nämä. The cosplay wig was placed in the exhibition hall where Hannah knew that Lana Kramer would be enticed by it. Rena's hotel room keycard was dumped in the basement where Cleo noticed it later. One thing I don't understand is how the killer brought the victim's body into the theater on stage. The front door of the Atlantic Theater was locked, and the freight elevator from the basement had been reported broken before the guests arrived for Yokaegon. Right, how did she get in and out? It was all lies and deception. Who reports the broken windows on the 13th floor to the hotel management? Who anonymously ships the mysterious Oni statue to the hotel and shows it to her boss? Who claims that the freight elevator in the basement is broken? At the time of Rena Ishida's murder, what was the true condition of the freight elevator? Se oli working. Koska ne oli katkottu ne vasta myöhemmin ne linjat. The freight elevator was still in perfect working order when Hanako used it to bring Rena Ishida's body into the locked Atlantic Theater. So that was the strange popping mechanical noise I heard when I inadvertently took the elevator to the basement and got lost. After killing Rena with the machete, Hannah used it a second time to actually break the elevator cables once the job was done. It created the illusion of a locked room and corroborated her claim that the gray elevator had been broken all along. But not before accidentally kicking over the bucket of paint and tracking a few footprints in the seemingly locked Atlantic Theater. You had been obsessively plotting to murder Rena for a long time. When you saw the announcement that she would be performing at Yokaegon, you took this job at the Bilderberg Hotel and agreed to work under the table for low wages. Also, you could formulate the perfect crime. You would have your revenge, wouldn't you, Rachel? Rachel? Who is Rachel? Rachel is the true identity of the person you've come to know as Hanako. Hanakoi. This old issue of Stella, J-pop magazine from 2 years ago, describes a harrowing account of Jennifer Hime Beauregard's shocking and untimely death at a photo shoot in the Philadelphia Public Gardens. Tragedy has shook the world of J-pop music last week as Hime aka Jennifer Beauregard of Hime X Rena was suddenly found dead at a photo shoot in the Philadelphia Public Gardens. Jennifer Beauregard passed away due to severe allergic reactions and her body was recovered by her duet partner Rena. Jennifer is survived by her parents and her sister Rachel. Katos tuota Rachelia minä mietin siis, että se on se sister. Niin minä epäilin sitä Stellaa. Että se on se Stella se sisko. Mutta se olikin se sisko tässä pelissä, mutta se oli se hiton housekeeper, mutta en minä enää tajunnut epäillä sitä tässä vaiheessa. Voi räkä. Melkein meni oikein. 80% minä sanoisin, että minä olin vähän kärryillä, mutta en täysin. Stella Nunes, the Zines editor-in-chief, later showed me the secret picture taken by her automatic camera at the scene of Jennifer Beauregard's death. The one that only Stella and Hime's family members knew about. Niinkö se Rachel oli nähnyt myös tämän kuvan? Tää näyttää aika pahalta tää kuva. Incredible! It looks like Rena killed Hime by stabbing her. I don't believe it. This damning photograph from 2 years ago was Rachel's motive for Rena Ishida's murder. Stop calling me Rachel. I think it's time that you clear up who this Rachel person is. Cleo and I figured it out when we watched the old performance video from Hime X Rena.
When you fell from the sky,
Thanks so much to everyone for enjoying our music and videos.
When you fell from the sky in my heart, I've been struck by lightning.
We want to thank our friends, family, and our fans all over the world. And my wonderfully creative sister, Hanako, for making these amazing costumes. Hanako. Se on se Rachel. Tuo kuva toi vielä vähän Basic Instinct-vipoja. Hepskokko. Totta muuten, ehkä. Who is Hanako Rachel Beauregard? Hime's sister. What was the motive for murder? Revenge. Hanako's true identity is Rachel Beauregard, Jennifer Hime Beauregard's sister. In the music video, she is credited as the Idol group's costume designer, Hanako. Hanako or Hanako? Hitsi, totta. Oh my god, vähänkö hyvä vii. Kattokaa. Hanako tai Hanako. Oh my god, mikä twisti. How amusing, detective. Ei jumala, me olisi nyt... Siis, mut nää ei ole aikaisemmin ollut niinku näin hyviä näissä tässä pelissä. Minusta tämä oli aika hyvä kyllä nyt sitten. En olisi... Siis tommosia tosi hyviä vinkkejä, tai tiedättekö, toisia, mitkä olisi pitänyt kiinnittää huomiota. Vitsi nää vaan paranee nämä pelit. How did I move Rena Ishida's heavy body from the 13th floor all the way to the theater on the first floor? She's right, it's impossible. You had me going for a while with this theory, but it seems like you've gone a bit off rails, detective. There's gotta be a clue that explains how she did it. What could it be? Dog toy? No, Cleo, it's not time to play. But the dog toy doesn't explain anything. I think I get it. Where did Cleo and I recover this dog toy? Laundry cart. The laundry cart. Niin sitä sen avulla. Ei kyllä tarvii hävetä, jos se asioita on tajuamatta. Ei, no se on kyllä totta toisesta korras, koska ei. Miksipä hävetä niin ihan siis. Mut sehän tarkoittaa vaan siis, että nämä, tai niinku, että tai niinku, että nyt pitää ensi kerralla, kun me pelataan peliä, niin olla tarkempi, koska nyt minä olin ehkä vähän niinku ylimielinen tämän pelin suhteen, koska aikaisemmissa mehän pelattiin se edellinen peli, se ei ollut ehkä niin hyvä. Siinä me arvattiin helposti se, kuka oli tekijä. Mutta nyt oli selkeästi, tää oli niinku tämmönen, mihin oli kyllä nyt käytetty aikaa, koska tässä oli vähän vaikeampi tämä murhamysteeri. Minä tykkäsin tästä. Cleo and I found this hotel laundry cart left out on the hotel roof. The laundry cart was used to conceal and transport the victim's body from the 13th floor to the Atlantic Theater using the Frey elevator in the basement. The murderer tried hiding it on the roof in hopes of preventing the police from making this important connection. You were a master of disguise, Rachel. If Cleo and I hadn't recovered those phony elevator buttons from the underwater drain in the catacombs, you might have escaped. But the evidence proves that you're the only person who had the opportunity to commit this horrible crime. I never expected that somebody would recover my phony elevator buttons when I dropped them into the storm drain in the hotel courtyard. It's true. Since that fateful day, I became like the Japanese Oni statue, pure evil. Hell-bent on avenging Jennifer's death, nothing would stand in my way. All my schemes led up to what happened earlier tonight. When I saw that secret photograph that magazine photographer gave to my parents, I knew that the worst was true. Rena Ishida stabbed my sister to death in cold blood. Also that she could ink a deal with Oregon Records as a solo performer. It was all greed and selfishness for her music career. Do what you want with me. I don't care. You people are not my judges. Rena got away with murder and she deserved to die by my hand.
Paitsi että ei, se yritti antaa sille lääkettä. Tarkkana. Niin, eikö? Kyllä, koska ehdottomasti. You're wrong, Rachel.
Rena didn't murder your sister. It's the opposite. She tried to save her.
No, you lie.
Papa, you lie. Jennifer Beauregard is documented to have died from an allergic reaction, not a stab wound. Are you asking me to disbelieve my own eyes that a curious photograph reveals the real story? I never trusted anybody who tried to get close to Jennifer once her singing started getting noticed. No, not even the doctors. I'm the only one who cared about my sister when everybody else wanted to hurt her. Look closely, Rachel. What object is Rena actually holding in her hand at this moment? Here is what the picture actually shows.
Auto-injector.
Jennifer! No. Here, Jennifer, take this. Hime's death was attributed to an allergic reaction. She was stung by a bee in the public garden, and by accident she left her medical auto-injector in her car. Rena hurried back to Jennifer's car as fast as she could to retrieve the life-saving medical device and give her necessary treatment, but she was too late. In Stella's automatic camera photograph, the device in Rena's hand isn't a knife. It's Hime's medical auto-injector. Rena did everything she could to save her best friend's life.
Tää on nyt kyllä vähän sad, koska se tappoi sen turhaa.
Don't you see, Rachel? Rena didn't want any of this to happen. All she wanted was for your sister Jennifer to be alive and happy. Rena signed on with Oregon Records after her partner's untimely death so she could live Hime's dream of being a J-pop idol, music star that was tragically taken away. But secretly, she was miserable and mourned the loss of her best friend and performance partner. Having done her best and made her peace, she was planning to leave the music career behind, which is why she refused to sign a new contract with Oregon Records. Rena had lived for Hime. Now it was time for her to graduate from being an idol and to finally live her own dream. She had been accepted to medical school and her plan was to become an allergist, so she could save other people like Hime. Rena. If only the fans knew how selfish she really was. Yes, I see. Stella, this is all your fault, you sick paparazzi. If you hadn't taken that accursed photograph. Oh, Jennifer, what have I done? Don't worry, your sister will always love you. Oh no! Quick! After her! Oh! Okay. Where is she? Oh.
I have no clue. Tää oli se Symi, ei täällä.
Rachel!
Se on täällä Courtyardilla, okei. Okay. Niin eiks tää se paikka, missä se Hime nyt kuoli muutenkin?
Oh no! Rena!
She's dead. No, oltaisko mä voitu auttaa sitä, jos me oltais ollut nopeampi? Yps. Meillähän oli se autojuttu. No, ehkä ei kuitenkaan.
Olipas jännittävä. No niin, Keiko may have been cancelled due to the horrible events that had just taken place, but Cleo still captured the unofficial award for best costume. Kawaii! A star is born. How did she get such an adorable costume anyway? En tiedä kyllä. Ei Teemu, ihana nähdä nopeasti. Mitä kuuluu? Cleo found a total of 19 of 20 doggy bags. Me löydettiin kyllä 20/20. Se sanoi meille, että 20/20. What the fuck? Oliko se siksi, kun me kuoltiin siinä? Niin me ei saatu sitä vikaa. As a special treat, Kai made Cleo some poutine as a reward for being a great clue sniffer. Oh my god. Eli minua, mutta pakko sanoa, että nyt on pakko mennä unille. Tämä oli tämän pelin lopetus, vaan katsottiin, joo. 2 months later. It says in today's newspaper that Betty Bilderbilt was able to raise enough money from horror tourism to pay off the bank loan and keep the family hotel. That seems positive. Billy Kramer lost money on his investment in Jokainen, but something tells me he'll be alright financially at least. Next, I think I'd like to sell my company. That's a much safer bet than some speculative treasure hunts. Kiki Suzuki went on to have a promising career as a J-pop music artist with an Oregon Records. In her exclusive interview in Stella, Idol Sign, she revealed that she is secretly dating a computer expert who she met in Philadelphia. Oh, so stalker vai? That's about wrap it up. I'm sure that nobody else is gonna get murdered in the next few minutes. Toivottavasti ei. Oh, phew. Well, Cleo, it looks like we have some time to relax and play video games for a chance. What do you think? Yes. Collect all the doggy bags to win. Avoid the 4 ghosts. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. Mitä? I thought I had a good run there, but I guess not. Ne ei pääse, jos on doggypäki edessä, joten... Hups. Mä jäin jumiin. Tää on haastava. Mun pitäisi saada ne kaikki yhteen paikkaan. Onpas keskittymistä nyt. Okei. Go, 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 go! Winner! I did it! Hyvää yötä, Jinx! Ihanaa, kun pääsit vielä mukaan tän loppuun ja nyt nähdään myöhemmin sun kanssa huomiseen. Ehkä mä se pelaamaan tää matopeliä, no aloitin. Se oli tässä loppupelissä, hepskukku. Thanks for playing Murder is Game Over. Murder Otaku. We hope you enjoyed Cleo and Kai's latest spooky murder mystery adventure. Since you've made it this far, please feel free to leave a review of this game or check out other games in the Murder is Game Over series to support the developer. The end. Yes, please. We like these games. Me halutaan lisää näitä. Se oli Pac-Man-klooni. Tai Pac-Dog. Niin oli. Joo, tee loppu, joten mielähän kanssa sänkyy. Hyvää yötä, Laura. Ihana, kun jaksit olla. Nähdään huomenna, eikö vain? Joo, kyllä me nyt kuulkaa lopetellaan myös